Call the meeting to order. City of Anamosa City Council agenda, regular session, Monday, September 13th, 2021, 6 p.m. Anamosa Library Learning Center, and also Zoom. 1.0 roll call.
Crump,
Here.
Smith,
Here.
Mockart,
Here.
Zumba, Stout,
Here.
Capron.
Here.
Note 5 members present. 2.0 Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
3.0 Approval of agenda.
So moved. Second.
Motion by Rich, second by Jeff. Council discussion. All those in favor of approval signify with aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion to approve carried unanimous. 4.0 motion to approve the minutes from the following meetings. 4.1 August 23rd, 2021, regular city council meeting.
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion by Kay, second by John. Is there any further council discussion on the minutes that were submitted? All those in favor of approving the minutes signify with aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion to approve the minutes carried unanimously. 5.0 public hearings, none. 6.0 proclamations, Constitution Week. Constitution Week proclamation. Whereas September 17th, 2021 marks the 234-year anniversary of drafting of the Constitution of the United States of America by the Constitutional Convention. And whereas it is fitting and proper to accord official recognition to this anniversary of the drafting of the Constitution of the United States of America by the Constitutional Convention. And whereas Public Law 915 guarantees the issuing of a proclamation each year by the President of the United States of America, designating September 17th through the 23rd as Constitutional Week. Now therefore, I, Rod Smith, by virtue of the authority vested in me as mayor of the city of Anamosa, Iowa, in the city of Anamosa, Iowa, do hereby proclaim the week of September 17th through the 23rd as Constitution Week. And ask our citizens to reaffirm the ideas of the framers of the Constitution had in 1787 by vigilantly protecting the freedoms guaranteed to us through this guardian of our liberties, remembering that lost rights can never be regained. In witness hereof, I have hereunto set my hand and caused the seal of the city to be affixed this 13th day of September in the year of our Lord 2021. Seven point zero old business. 7.1 discussion and possible action on additional street light locations.
I had a discussion with Alliant Energy, thanks to Jeff Stout, about adding the additional streetlights. This is actually their map, and these are the locations that they have recommended due to infrastructure already being in place. Cost per light is $688.56. And if you want to check out the locations, or if you're okay with where they have the locations, then we can give them the go ahead to move forward with them.
Is that installation and everything, the six?
Are they the same ones that they put elsewhere? Basically the same.
Yeah,
model?
just the standard.
They're talking 7 new ones?
Yep.
7 additional.
Correct.
A lot better than we were thinking.
It is a lot better. So I was thinking we were gonna do 3 lights and they were about $5,000 a piece. So yeah, this is much better. We can actually we can actually do a few more. We have a few other locations in town that could probably use some lighting as well. So I'll give her a few other locations to look at. If you have anything, just send it to me and I'll forward it on.
Well, I'll make a motion to proceed with the lighting.
Second.
Motion by Rich, second by Kay. Any further council discussion? Public input? Rich motion, Kay second. All those in favor signify with aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion to approve carried unanimous. 7.2, discussion of possible action on project costs for City Hall second floor renovations.
And I thought Craig might be able to join us, but maybe not. In your packet, I gave you the budget breakdown there. Mainly what went over was actually the upgrades with the painting. The wall in the Memorial Hall side was quite a bit worse where the board gotten moisture behind it. So it did add quite a bit to the cost of the project. Otherwise, a little bit to the electrical updates. And we have done our agreed 12,500. And MDSI has paid their 36,000. Our overage is that 30,906.83. So discussion I had with Craig was that possibly we could just split the cost of that as far as the renovations go. Again, the upstairs is much more functional now. So let's say if in the future we were able to put an elevator in the building, we could use it for council chambers. It is pretty well wired for any technology that we would need now. Where previously it had about 3 outlets and that was about it.
It's very, very nice.
Yeah. And the lighting's much better.
Oh, yeah.
So
I mean, if we split the cost, we're getting $80,000 improvements for the tune of 28,000.
correct. So yeah, and if you can decide on how you want to do the split too, that was just what we discussed preliminarily. So
Well, if he's agreeable to that, I think that would be a fair thing to do.
And move, we split the remaining costs.
Second.
A motion by Jeff, second by John, split the remaining cost. Any further discussion? Public comment? All those in favor signify with aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion to approve carries unanimous. 8.0, new business. 8.1, review and approval of the street closure request for Pumpkin Fest.
pretty much the standard request, same routes. I don't know if anyone had any questions, but otherwise it's pretty much business as usual for Pumpkin Fest. I've talked to Shane. He pretty much knows the drill too, so
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion by Kay, second by Rich to approve the street closure. Further council discussion? Public comment? All those in favor of the motion signify with aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion to approve carries unanimous. 8.2, review and approval of agreement for well number 6 bid package 1.
So this is just the agreement. Last meeting, we had the public hearing and approved the form of contract and awarded the contract. So this is actually the written agreement. And the next time will be the notice to proceed. And we've got that for both packages for well 6. Bid package number 2, we are waiting for some insurance verification, but that's it.
Move to approve. Second.
Motion by Rich, second by John to approve the agreement. Further council discussion? Public comment? All those in favor of the motion to approve signify with aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion to approve carried unanimous. 8.3, review and approval of the notice to proceed for well number 6 bid package 1.
Move to approve. Second.
Motion by Rich, second by John. Further council discussion? Public comment? All those in favor of the motion to approve signify with aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion to approve carried unanimous. 8.4, review and approval of agreement for well number 6 bid package 2 pending receipt of adequate insurance documentation.
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion by Jeff, second by Galen. Further council discussion?
Should we have an end date on this if we don't get insurance by, I don't know, something?
Not that I know of. I'm guessing that's they're just waiting for the insurance company to issue the certificate. I do know that I've had communication with Boomerang as far as getting like their tax exempt certificates for the sub. So as far as I know, everything's moving along. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Any further? Public comment? All those in favor of approval signify with aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion to approve carried unanimous. 8.5, review and approval of the notice to proceed for well number 6 bid package 2 pending receipt of the adequate insurance documentation.
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion by Rich, second by Kay. Council discussion? Public comment? All those in favor of the motion to approve signify with aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion to approve carried unanimous. 8.6, discussion and possible action on utilities department reorganization, job descriptions and postings.
So this is similar to what has been proposed previously. It's been a few years ago. But we would be combining at least the leader, well, we'd be combining the 2 departments, water and wastewater. So it would require cross-training between the departments as far as certifications. All employees would be dual certified. It would make 1 utility superintendent, mainly administratively over both departments. Assistant superintendent, more geared toward projects. So like valve replacements and water main breaks, all of that kind of stuff.
And this has been discussed with all employees within those 2 departments.
Correct. So yeah, we did have a meeting with all employees and we did discuss any concerns they might have or where they're at. And a lot of the, as far as like the certification part goes, that a lot of that came from them.
Move to approve.
I'll second.
Motion by Kay, second by Galen to approve. Beth, we just, can you clarify, are we setting what's been submitted as the positions, qualifications?
Yep.
But at this time, not naming. any of the-
Correct, they'll be posted. Yep. And I did have legal review of both job descriptions, so.
So they'd be reposted internally and externally? Or just
So
internally?
it'll be posted in our normal way, so it'll be posted on the website and on the door. I probably won't do a broad advertisement because we don't have extra positions, so to speak. Hopefully we can fill it internally.
The pay ranges that are identified. Did we just like shop around to see comparison?
Correct. Well, and they're in line with what we currently have
Okay,
and our current department head structure.
okay.
So
Any council discussion? Any public comment? All those in favor of the motion to approve signify with aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion to approve carries unanimous. 8.7, discussion and possible action on the painting of the downtown light poles.
So as you may notice, some of the light poles are in need of some attention. Right now, there are 3 colors on most of them. Shane has done a little bit of calling around to try and find out who exactly would be a contractor that would actually come out and paint them. If they're disassembled, the prison can do the recoating of them, but disassembly is kind of a major thing. It is 3 times as much if you have 3 different colors. So kind of our thoughts were most of the jobs they're doing now are changing them up to black, just being a black light pole kind of blends into the background. Our wayfinding signs are the blue and gray color, so they will be more noticeable without the light poles there too at the same in the same color, or at least that's kind of what we had discussed. But anyway, we just need to know what you think.
Is there any difference on the paint color, black or blue, or?
No, it's really just doing it with the 3 different colors just costs, a lot more money because they have to tape them off and paint the colors separately. I don't think there was a difference in paint price, but we haven't really looked into it too much deeper because if we're gonna just keep them the 3 colors, then we'll go down that route to get our bids. Where if we're gonna change it to 1 color, we'll go down that route to get bids.
I've forgotten, where are we on the flags?
The banners,
Uh-huh.
the prison is working on getting some made for their anniversary.
And do we know what the background color of those is gonna be?
We don't at this time. We can find out though.
Do you think black is more prone to wearing than the lighter blue and gray? Attract more heat and stuff?
I don't think so. I know like sometimes if they're the fiberglass pools, that are in black, they fade faster. But as far as like ours are not fiberglass, so
So are they gonna paint the railings too?
oh, that's a good question. We don't know. What do you think?
See, they were all hand painted.
Yeah. But we could probably possibly take those down and the prison may be able to recoat those. Those would be a little easier disassembly.
Well, they were hand painted with brushes the last time.
Okay.
But it didn't really take that long.
Which railings you talking about? I guess.
For where the ramps and the steps are, in front of the business, the handicap.
The
Oh,
one
where
that
some-
say
Accessibility,
caution,
there's a
Be
rail.
be careful,
Yeah.
this is a step.
Yeah,
And the benches and all that
right.
were hand painted at the same time. You remember how long ago that was? 10 years?
Yeah, because I've been gone that long before I was gone, so. Might have done it after that, but I do remember back then.
painting and railings is, but it didn't really take that long. I mean,
Not too bad. We were mainly just looking at the light poles right now, but you're correct. Everything probably could use a brush coat.
I'm sure they're getting worn too, because it has, well, it's been a while.
Right.
You mentioned three colors. On each pole has three individual colors.
Yep.
What
It's
about-
kind of a greenish gray on the top, and then it's a silver, and then blue on the bottom.
Well, they're the same color as those right there.
Yeah, they're all the same.
Just wondering if a dual color would be reducing from 3 to 2.
Yeah.
Would be
It's,
cheaper, I mean,
it'll be
cheaper than
cheaper
3,
than
but
3.
obviously more expensive than a
Correct.
single color.
Maybe the green and silver. I wouldn't have known they were different. When you looked at the two colors, it's not a bad idea.
Yeah, I'm not sure though that it would really reduce it because if you're going in and taping off, you're taping off in two different places. So I'm not sure and if the price of the paint is all the same,
Right.
it's the labor involved. So I'm not sure going to 2 is really going to save you any money.
Yeah, it'll save over 3 colors, but it won't save over doing 1.
Well, but it won't. What I'm saying is you're gonna have to tape off for the upper, tape off for the lower. You're gonna have to do that if you do
Either
2
way.
colors or 3.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure the labor involved is going to save any money, just saving 2 colors.
Your base area could be one color, the rest of the pole, including the top, could be a second.
Well, if you wanted to do that.
Yeah.
But if you're gonna do the top and the bottom, the way it's designed right now, I don't think it would save any money.
No.
Just for informational purposes, can we just check it out both ways? 2 colors
Sure.
versus the black versus the blue and the silver.
We can do that. We just didn't want to paint a pole and,
They were hand painted too, about the same time the railings were all put in.
yeah,
But it was basically just the blue part that was done. So, and all of them were done.
just the base.
Yeah, just the base.
Know how many there are?
We did not count them. We were in preliminary talks and I said, we shouldn't probably decide on that.
Well, and are all of them in good shape yet? Or is there any,
There's a couple that where we put the wayfinding signs that we do have to have the electrician come and they have to be tightened up because they loosen up after a while. So when we put that wayfinding sign, it moves. But otherwise, I think they're all in pretty good shape.
Well, I would think the dual color and non-black would inject some refreshment into the downtown area. Just from a rather dull looking black, and black can be shiny paint structure wise, but just as the dual color or a brighter color injects a little bit more flair into it. That's a discussion we
Yeah.
had.
If we did dual color, we could possibly get away with not painting them all and just do ones that need it. And then obviously if you
Do
go
'em in-
black, you're going to do them all. But
Right. I mean, we could still do them in phases too, depending on how expensive it is.
yeah, I think I'd rather have them all done so they're all uniform than
At the same time.
having half a block being one color and a half a block being a different color.
Well, I was thinking more of like Main Street is one phase, the parking lot lights here, the ones behind City Hall. We've got a few different areas that have them.
I
that are a
just,
little more
I just think
tucked away.
this would be, do them all at one time.
I agree.
Otherwise, you're gonna have to have the painters come back maybe a
Right.
year later or something.
And then they'll not be able to get the same color paint because they won't change.
Yeah.
I move we get bids for all the light poles, one in black, one in dual color.
Okay.
And with your dual color, are you going just the base one color and the rest up one color? Or are you going
I would say
the replacing the upper and lower?
I'd say the blue as far as it, then silver on up.
Or greenish or whatever the color is, gray.
Is there a second to Jeff's motion?
I'll second.
A motion by Jeff, second by Galen to seek bids for two color and one single color of black for all the poles. Further council discussion? Public comment. Please come to the podium, state your name.
Yeah, it's James Muller, 106 South Scott Street. What I see from the downtown, you're revitalizing the downtown. So if you're gonna do the lights, why not try to color them lights to tie into the new facades? It was just an idea I had.
Thanks. Further discussion or comment?
Well, I think the price on painting them is gonna be the same. We just gotta decide on what color we're gonna paint,
Right.
correct?
As far as we know,
Yeah,
we will definitely find out everything. Yeah.
We could refrain from back row or public talking. It would be appreciated. Thank you. Sorry, cut you.
you're fine.
Any further discussion? Please come on up.
Katie Albert, 647 South Carolina Street. I'm with you, Galen, about, do you want to get bids for the railings, the garbage cans,
Oh, yeah.
all of that stuff too at the same time? Would that be advantageous or save you any money?
A lot of the railings is like she said, they can come out
Right.
and they
Yeah.
might be able to just take them to the reformatory, but then I've heard the reformatory's cutting back on their industries part. So will they be able to do it? Don't know.
Right.
Well, and if you said they were all hand painted by the streets department before, it could very well be next summer we use summer help and they could hand paint them if
Wow.
it came to that.
Yeah.
I spent 3-4 weeks just painting
Yeah.
and I got it all done. So what's,
For the paint itself, though, the bid for the paint.
To get the same color.
Right.
Correct. Yes, yes.
Then you'd save the labor, like Rich said, could hire summer help, but
Right.
you
We
know,
can
it'd
order
be
extra
cheaper
paint.
than paying the company, more than likely.
we need to have
Some of these kids have still report hours at the high school too.
Yeah.
I know there's
good
like day of
idea.
caring days and
Mhm.
Thank you.
I think maybe some of the garbage cans, not really cans, some of the garbage receptacles need to be repaired with rusting out a lot.
And the garbage cans were all replaced. That's only been a 3-4. I was still at the street department and they bought all new stuff and new tins and all that stuff for them. So I guess I haven't paid attention. I don't know how bad they look. So that's another thing. Some of the tins were rotted out.
And maybe it's just the rust and, you know, if they were sandblasted and then painted, they'd be fine. I don't know that they're structurally in need of repair, or in need of replacement, but
Wow.
some of them are kind of rusty looking.
We need a new motion or can that be included?
We'll include that. We can,
Jeff, you've included that on your motion. Galen, you seconding what Jeff included on his motion. That's what I thought I had heard. Further discussion? All those in favor of seeking the bids signify with aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion to approve carried unanimous. 8.8, review and approval of the street closure request for homecoming parade.
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion by Rich, second by Kay. Discussion? Council? Public comment? All those in favor of the motion signify with aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion to approve carried unanimous. 8.9, review and approval of liquor license renewal for American.
Move to approve. Second.
Motion by Rich, second by John. Discussion? Public comment? All those in favor of approval signify with aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion to approve carried unanimous. 8.10, review and approval of current bills.
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion by Kay, second by Rich. Council discussion on the bills that were submitted.
Just a question on Leesner's for the asphalt paving. I know at least one alley, there's gravel past where the asphalt is laid into like people's yards. Is that gonna be cleaned up, or is the property owners responsible for that?
So where there's no curb, you're talking about?
Yeah, it's an alley, the alley between Ford and Garnville. I just don't know, is that their responsibility or ours?
It's ours.
If it's,
Sorry, Shane Brown, Street Superintendent. So we have to lay the rock next to the new asphalt. Otherwise, if we get water coming off of the edges, it'll get underneath and then we'll have holes. Some of it, we just try and do the best we can. We have a truck that lays it down. It's not always perfect, and then we try and roll it in. If it's a big deal, and just let me know where it's
no,
at.
I just.
We just gotta lay it down there. Otherwise, we'll lose it.
Down over time, too.
Yep. We just got done with, everything's done. So it's just gonna take a couple rains.
The bills that were submitted regarding the coating of the alleys. Is that everything that has occurred? There were some that was private property. Will the city be reimbursed for those?
They're paying Fleisner's
They
directly.
will pay, please.
Yeah,
So
this,
this is
what's in
just
here is
strictly
just
our
ours.
portion.
Yep.
Good.
Yeah.
Any other discussion on the bills? Any public comment? All those in favor of the motion to approve signify with aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion to approve bills carried unanimous. 9.0, city administrators report.
Well, a lot going on, but mainly I'm going to be at the League of Cities Conference on Thursday. That's the only day I'm going to attend. So if there's anything you want me to pay attention to, you can look at the itinerary and I'll try and sit in on that session.
Did you pay attention to all of it?
I will, but there's like a really long list of a variety. It's a lot this time. So I think they're just excited to be back in session. So
I'll bet.
it's a wide variety of things.
Any questions for Beth regarding that report?
The expenses approval report is much nicer than it used to be with new
Yes.
system. Thank you.
I agree. We're still having a little, but we're getting there.
Inching to the finish line.
It's a hard finish line to get to.
Is it 2 steps forward, 1 back, or is it not that bad?
No, it's that right now.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
We'll go with that.
No other questions or comments for Beth? 10.0 mayor and council reports, 10.1 mayor's report. Set in on a Anamosa Pride meeting today. It was just an invitation for local leaders, visionaries. It was very, very well attended. Looked very promising by the individuals in the public that were in attendance. Generating some discussion, the reason for the Anamosa Pride Group. So it wound up being cut off before it ended. I was in attendance virtually due to a time constraint. It just automatically shuts off. So I didn't find out what had carried on afterwards, but I'll take no news as good news. That's all I have. 10.2 council reports.
Yeah, emergency management 911. Almost getting overwhelmed with this PPE for the COVID. They're looking for a place to store it, which is good to have it on hand. Hope we don't need it, but I think Brenda found somewhere. And then Galen mentioned the woodworking and metal industry is going out of the reformatory. That's being ceased. I don't know just what they're gonna do, but that's being ended. So, yeah. So somebody wondered if that meant license plates, so that really wasn't brought up. I mean, they do all that, but that wasn't mentioned, just Brenda and Gary mentioned it's going out of there. That's it for that.
We had a good September Parks and Rec meeting. 3 new park members joined us and everybody and the director got to see all the Parks and Rec and ball fields, basically all the city Parks and Rec facilities all together. So it was kind of interesting.
It was through a group-wide tour, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was our monthly meeting, just happened to be that. So there was places that I even never been to. It was good.
Anything else? 11.0 public comment for items not on the agenda. Very good public attendance for no comments. Okay. 12.0 adjournment.
Move to adjourn.
Second.
Motion by John, second by Rich. All those in favor signify with aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion to adjourn carried unanimously.